welcome to DTR Division 1, and we're in Las Vegas, under the lights. For some reason I can't hear the game. Let me just check we are live. There we go. Got a Red Bull coming out, that's Evan, isn't it? Yeah, we'll stick on board with him, just want to check if we are live. It looks like we're up. So I think this is probably worth having a quick look at the standings, because we're going to be quite close. We're nearing the end of the season now, getting to the business end. And the guy on screen is actually one of your title contenders, I believe. So we've got Nellboy currently leading the championship on 110 points. We've got Benny Buno in second on 99 points. Then we've got Evan in third on 97 points. So Nell's holding on to a slim 11-point lead. I think he might be missing one of the... he's going to miss the last race. So today is more important than ever to try and make that gap as big as possible and give Benny and Evan as much of a mountain to climb as possible. Next nearest contender then is Guna at 52 points. So they're the three going for the title. In terms of constructors, Red Bull top 142 points, Haas in second 134 points, and then Mercedes and Alfa Romeo just over 100 points each. So not quite out of it, but would have a lot of work to do to try and bring that back. Anyway, we're on with Evan. He's about to start his lap. I haven't even got the menu sorted out yet. Track map. Lap data. Here we go. So he's on his lap. Coming round to the start finish line now. And he'll head into turn 1, which is a hairpin. And he gets a tricky right-hander that just seems to go on forever. And then a nice long straight. That little tap of the wall there. And you have to be careful into this next braking zone. There's a little sort of hump just before the braking zone. And if you get your braking point wrong, you are going straight on there. And there's a crash, and that's just put Evan back a little bit there. That's Wazza that's hit the wall. So we'll continue to watch with Evan. This is a tricky sort of second sector here. That's still the first technically, isn't it, actually? First sector's about to end now. So that's the end of the first sector. Corners for corners' sake, I would say. Flat out right-hander, and then you're going to come into a heavy braking zone. And you need to cut as much of this inside curve as possible because you're about to hit down the main strip. The McLaren is a bit of a slipstream there. It's flat out all the way down the strip. Certainly bright enough anyway, isn't it? Again, got to be careful. Through that little chicane, rides it well, Evan. He's going to come round the final pink, and he will set the first lap. I'm not sure what a good lap round here is, to be honest. Never really raced it. That's a 32.8. We know there's more in it. Got held up. What about Jack? He was looking pretty good a few weeks ago. He's at the end of sector 1. Sounds like he nearly stalled the car going through there. Ooh, kisses the wall. Big Ipswich fan, Jack. So, should know how to win. For the first time in a long time. Mikey puts in a 34.5. Joe also puts in a 32.9. So Jack just on this back straight, coming down the strip now. We've got Brother Adams chucked a time in of a 34.0. Into the heavy braking zone. Everyone seems to be staying off that curb. Jack decides not to ride that second car though. Evan did, and he gets a bit out of shape. Gives the wall a little tap. Hackett's a 34.1. Evan and Hayward standing out here a little bit. Here comes Jack now, a 33.6, right in the middle of the two groups really. Well, Epi goes on pole, 32.1. We knew there was more in it, but that is much, much better. Benny has invalidated, only halfway around the lap, so we'll jump off with him. What about Cav then coming out of sector 1 in the Mercedes? Right, so Cav's putting a 34.8. Let's jump off board with him. We're on board with Bog now. Cleffy's still on pole currently. Connor's managed to chuck in a time of 33.8. That's about all we've missed so far. So Bog hitting the rev limiter down here. Scream of the Haas. Ready to hit the anchors. Will he take a bit of this curb? Does. Flat out now, down to the start-finish line for his first recorded lap. Here we go. It's in the 32s. 32.9, enough for fourth. Go on, Boggy boy. Piney Penguin. Dragging. Is that heating up the tyres, do we think? Either that or he doesn't know to take his foot off the brake. Not really sure. His teammate's coming through though. Zetterville. I assume he's got to be warming up his tyres, surely. Can't be out of fuel, can he? Don't know. Let's watch Zetterville. DRS open. He's on an out lap, so he will begin his lap, even though... Oh, his light wasn't flashing, he's turned that off early. Interesting tactic. The Aston Martin dives out the way there. Good driving. The Alpine just come around the corner behind him. We've got a purple first sector. Zetterville is pretty quick, but sometimes the game can play tricks with you as to whether that was actually a purple. That's invalidated then. Let's watch his teammate Penguin then, who's not slamming his foot on the brakes this time. And that's the hump I was talking about earlier. You see it just got him out of shape and he couldn't slow the car down enough, and that's it, suddenly you're in the wall. So I would say that's Penguin out. Nell Boy on pole, look at that, 31.8, what a lap for Nell Boy. Shame we missed it. What about Benny then? He's got to respond now. Running wide round turn 1 and turn 2. See if he is on a lap. Yeah, he seems to be. His light isn't flashing. And there's that little hump. So you just got to make sure that you've got the car slowed down enough before you start turning in. Otherwise you just wash out wide and Again, it's very hard to see a braking zone around that part of the track. Not the easiest track, this. Also not the most thrilling, it's just long straights really, with a few corners. And actually invalidated, I didn't notice that, so Benny yet to set a time. Got some other people out on laps. We've got Mikey in a wall at turn 1. Not a surprise. Let's watch Cleffy this time actually, because look at that, he's half a second up already. So is he half a second up? Oh, he is. It's a 31.4. That's incredible. That's 4/10 quicker than Nell. What about Evan then? Can he respond to that? He's on a lap, suggesting that he... Oh yeah, look, he's got his light on, so... I wonder if he's going to go again, or whether he's... No, he's coming to the pits, isn't he? Pulling over to the left. I think he did improve on his time, but... got a lot of work to do if he's going to be up there with those two, by the look of it. So what about Hackett? Let's go back to him then. Mikey's back on his way around the track after putting it in the wall. This is suggesting that Hackett is not up either, and that is his light is on. What about Jack? We've seen him today already, but he is on a lap. Down the strip. Oh, okay, he's given up on his lap, is he? Okay, brilliant. Can we have someone completing a lap, please? We've got Mikey going in the pits. We've got the Aston Martin behind him going in the pits. We've got Cav, who is not currently on a lap. We've got Bog on an out lap. Not got many people on track. Is the other one Jack? It is, isn't it? Yeah, so I wonder if he's just getting ready to start a lap. He's been weaving like he's trying to warm his tyres up. Here we go. Yes, here we go. He's turned his light off. Look. And away he goes. We've got a couple of cars coming out the pit. That'll be Nell, and it could be Zetavol or Mr. Penguin coming out. Ready to get in the way of Jack. One of them is slowing down. Nell is about to go past. Here we go. DRS open. This is the first DRS zone that you get. And that's a Haas. Has that gone straight on? Yeah, it has. Oh dear, look at him trying to turn around. That's Nell, I think. Hopefully not too distracting for Jack. Haas has managed to recover. Jack seems to have taken that really nicely. You can see McLaren getting out of the way there. So the next big test of a braking zone here, cut the car in, used a bit of the curb, and now it's just a straight line all the way down to the final couple of corners. So wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of low wings working here. Going to be needed in this straight. apparently gone purple. It did disappear quite quickly, so might be one of the Joker poker ones. Jack again, staying off those curbs. Here he comes then down to the line. Where's he going to be? We've got Kleppy on pole with a 31.4. And Jack is about to cross the line. 7/10 improvement, not enough to get in to those top three, but it's a 32.9. And he pulls over Bog then on a lap, trying to feed his way through the field. He's gone purple in the second sector apparently. Surely he's not going to break into the top three. That would be insane. Here he comes now. He's going to chuck it into the last corner. And over he goes in fourth. Go on, Bog. 32.7. So the two Hasses in the top four then. Joey's just come to start his final lap. We've got Connor. We'll jump to Joe after we've watched a bit of Connor. We've got three drivers, well, four technically, who have not set a time. That's Benny, Piney Penguin and Zettervol, but we've got Wazza, who binned it within about 100 metres of the pit lane. Idiot. So Connor into what makes and breaks your lap of the corner. Don't know what the yellow flags around there are for. Maybe they know Connor's a bit of a hazard. What is going on over here? Is that Jack? Someone went straight on anyway. Anyway, Connor's coming over the line. We'll then jump to Joe to see how he's getting on. Connor coming over the line. Is it going to be improvement? 3/10 is up to 8. What about Joe then? He's on his way across the line now. Benny's put a time at 32.4 and Joe improves. He jumps above Evan 32.5, so still got it all to do. Evan apparently improving here as well by half a second. Still only enough to get him into third place though. He's on his way down the main straight. We've got him. Let's watch out for the McLaren. Piney's put a timing of a 34.9. Zettervol yet to put a time in. It's probably him coming across the line now. It is, and that's enough for 4 for 32.5. So Evan will be the next to cross the line. Let's see how he takes this last corner. Staying away from that curb. Happy to use that curb though. So, Mr. Evan, where are you going to come out here? It was projected he was going to be in third, and he is in third, just behind Nell. 0.3 of a second behind Nell. Is he on a lap? He's colored pink for a second. He's not on a lap. He has got his light flashing. We've got Kleppy then that's about to come across the line. Is he going to improve on his time then? Oh, he has to back out there. That's not the place you want to back out. Can't imagine this is going to be an improvement. But I could be wrong. No, he hasn't improved. I think that jolt might not have been quite enough. Nell is on the way into the pit. So Kleppy looks like he's going to take pole here. Benny's done, I think. Surely he hasn't got enough battery to be going again. He might be. Oh, yeah, that's surely into the pits then. Yeah, it is. Connor, we know, was on a lap. He's tiptoeing round. So that is the end of your qualifying session, I believe. So we've got Kleppy on pole, 31.4, great lap from him. 0.4 back, Nell Boy in second, our championship leader. We've got Evan in third, who's trying to close him down with 32.1. Benny in fourth, also in the championship race with a 32.4. So a bit of a spread there. And then got Zettervol in fifth, not too far behind. Joey, and then we've got Bog in seventh. He'll be very happy with that. Good qualifying from him. Brother Adam, our reserve from Division 2. We've got Jack in ninth for 32.9. Not bad considering he's done 0 laps of practice. Hackett a 33.3. Connor a 33.5. 5. Another one of our Division 2 reserves. And then we've got Mikey, bad day at the office, 33.5. Sure he would mistake for being at the casino. He's on the strip, to be fair. So Cav, 13th, 33.6. Welcome to Piney Penguin to the league, 34.9. Looking a bit out of touch, but the race will bring something different, I'm sure. Wazza then did not set a time. Ferrari struggling today. So a few minutes before we get onto the main event. So the cars now will be setting their strategy for the races, just making any final tweaks to what they can of their setup, and be ready to go. So Kleppy on pole, leads the formation lap. Let's have a quick look at strategies while we're waiting for the cars to get back round. Pretty similar strategies. Benny's probably the standout person there on the hard tyre in the top 10. Everyone else on the mediums. Jack is also on the hards, and so really is the bottom group. Piney Penguin being the outlier at the back on the mediums. And we'll see if anyone saved any sets of softs. Not really sure what the tyre wear is like around here. We'll have to look at the strategies. Can anyone pull out a medium soft? And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few safety cars. It's a street track, it's quite tight. Overtaking, I mean, should be pretty risk-free, because a lot of it will happen down the straights. But, yeah. I'm sure we'll see... a few more, how shall I call it, riskier moves. Maybe should be the case. So just waiting now for them to get lined back up on the grid. Haven't quite got a full grid. If you do get a full grid, you actually get some people starting on the last corner right there. You can see the grid boxes, which makes for an interesting start because everyone piles into the first corner. Everyone's thinking about straightening up before getting ready to go into turn one. And suddenly everyone's stopped in front of you already. Evans been disqualified. He's jumped over his grid box. And actually, the start-finish line's further back than I thought. We are going to get cars around the corner. Look at that. It's starting on an angle, but Penguin's actually done a clever thing there and sort of tried to face it straight. But the lights are coming on. Let's get back to the front. Kleppy will lead them away. And Mikey's jump-started. And off he goes. Look. That's Wazza that's made up some time already, but Kleppy is still in the lead. Nailboy gets the inside line. Evans trying to make a move around the outside of him. Nailboy should keep that, and he's almost putting an attack on Kleppy there, but Kleppy keeps the lead. It's Nailboy in second, Evan, Benny and Joe, so the top 6, 7 as you were. Brother Adam up into 8th place, and then we've got Hackett who's trying to make a move. Look on Brother Adam already, but no will do there. And the 2 Ferraris have got off to a reasonable start. Mikey a bit disappointed with his jump start there. What did he do? He's got to drive through. That's probably him out of the race. He should. Whoa! And what happened there? I think that's Wazza who's hit the back of Hackett, who's then pushed him into Brother Adam. Oh dear, a lot of argy-bargy going on here. You've got to be careful, lads. Give each other a bit of room. But Wazza blasts his way through, and he's up into the 9th place. So, our first attempt down the back straight then. Who's got the low wings? We've got yellow flags, and that is Wazza, Piney and Havoc. All stuck in that corner. Look at Nailboy making tracks, and look at Evans been left behind. So Evans obviously carrying a lot more wing than some of the guys around him, and you can see that's telling on the straights. Those 3 at the back have got going again. I wonder if someone's just got a bit heated into that corner. You can see Evan just struggling to keep up here. Benny, I think he's in a similar position. You should see around this part of the track that paying dividends a little bit, but oh, look at Nailboy taking the inside line. He's not quite going to have a run at Kleppy, and I'd be surprised if he makes the move here. Kleppy trying to cover off the inside. Nailboy switches back in. He's going to wait for now, and he's got Evan right up behind him, and that is the benefit of the wings and this part of the track. And some of these guys have managed to close up that gap. We've got 3 people pitting. Wazza's in the pit. The others are carried on. We've got full course yellows, so someone must have hit the wall somewhere. I think this is a virtual. Got yellow flags, full course. Not sure why. Someone's lost a wing somewhere. Can't see it on Evan's car. Piney Penguin has DNF. Still in the virtual, but it was round here somewhere, but his car's gone already. Marshall's working very quickly to get him off track. So good for Evan that the virtual safety car stays out down the straight. That's just allowed him to stay within touching distance. Whoa, what is going on here? Got caught out there. He's had to let him through. I don't know what Evan did there. I think everything just slowed down in front of him. Bit of a Lance Stroll moment. Here we go, and we're racing again. So Benny probably caught out a little bit by Evan's mistake, but look at that, round into turn 1. We've got Zetterval and Joe having a go at each other. Zetterval makes up the place. So was Joe just napping there a little bit? We've got Nailboy all over the back of Kleppy. And this is the part of the track where it's just really hard to find your braking zone. It's almost like use the TV's Kleppy getting a little bit out of shape there, but not enough to cause him any issues for now. And you have to sort of create your own apexes in your head, because you can just see some of the corners just become tighter and tighter. You don't want to be hitting the apex too early or you're not going to make the corner. This corner is so important. You've got to get a good exit down the strip. And this is where Evan's struggling. And we'll look at the gap. It's 0.78 currently. And we've got Mikey and Connor in a heat. And look at this from Nell. What overspeed. That is unbelievable. He must have low wings, or he was using his ERS, but that was insane speed. But look at the difference to Evan. 1.1, but the corners, look, just bring him back into touch a tad. But yeah, Nellboy takes over the lead of the race. He's half a second clear. Let's just see what he can do with that gap. And Bog is actually up into 6th now. I'm not sure who's dropped out of the place, or was that Hackett earlier in the race that we saw? No, it's Joe, isn't it? So I wonder if Joe's picked up a bit of a problem. Nellboy is second clear already. So let's just move a bit further back then. We've got Zetavolt putting some pressure on Benny, and Nellboy will be rooting for Zetavolt here. Because this helps the championship cause if he can get both Evan and Benny as far back as possible down in the standings. And now Connor's been done speeding in the pit lane. So not a great race for those Ferraris and the Aston Martin. Here comes Zetavolt now. Is he going to be able to put enough pressure on Benny? What are the wings? What's the wing situation like? The three at the front really started to break away now, and here he comes. This is going to be an easy overtake, and this is the sort of overtaking we would expect. Evan is now trying to put some pressure on Kleppy. He's gaining on him. Nell must just be running barely any wing whatsoever. Just seems so quick in a straight line. Got more yellow flags. It's a full course and it's a full safety car. What's gone on? Benny's coming in. I have no idea what's caused that. Has Benny lost a wing? Is that what's happened? No, but he is coming in for some new mediums. That's a bit of a weird decision. It's going to put him further down the pack. Jack's coming in. Does he need a wing? Or is he just going to come in and take mediums and do another pit stop with another set of mediums later? Yeah, there's no wing going on there, so I have no idea. No idea what's caused the safety car. He's got a wing. God, these Ferrari clowns making a right mess of this tonight. Yeah, I can't see any wing damage from anyone. I don't know what caused the safety car. It's going to bunch the field up. I think the Ferraris are even double stacking there as well. Brilliant. So, back to the front of the field. Nellboy leading the race after qualifying in second. Kleppy was overtaken down the strip after the virtual safety car. Evan in third. Zetavolt up into fourth, made up some good ground. Bog is up into fifth because we've had Benny picked at the end of this safety car, at the start of this safety car, I should say. Joey then back up into sixth. Brother Adam seventh. Hackett eighth. I wonder if he'll have team orders to let Benny through. We've then got Jack, Mikey and Wazza, and Connor has DNF'd. Connor might have been the casualty actually for the safety car, but I just didn't see it. Couldn't see where on track it had happened. Let's have a quick look at the Champions League score for now. Ooh, Dortmund 1-0. Folkrug. Never heard of him. assisted by Schlotterbeck. Ferrari's still got a little way to go to catch the pack. I assume that next lap we will go anyway. Might even go in at the end of this one, let's see. Could end up going one more. Gonna go once more by the look of it. Here we go then, Nell takes over the lead of the safety car. Kleppy right on his tail. When's he going to go? And he's off. And Kleppy did his best to try and react, but Melbourne's done a great job of going. And we're into turn one. Oh, and Kleppy is sideways. Evan can't capitalise on it. Zettervold is just waiting in the wings as well. We've got Barry Bogarowski just behind them and Joe behind him, so no one in a position to make a move, and Nell's actually pulled out a big gap there, and Kleppy, wonder if he was just struggling to heat up the tyres. seems to have reined the gap in just a tiny bit. Mikey's up on Cav, Benny up on Hackett. Benny already up into 8th. Cav's dropped quite a long way back. And Zettervol actually, he must have made a mistake there. Look, he's down in 6th, and we've got some cars going wide a bit further back. They seem to have sorted themselves out. That was Jack, I think. We've got more yellow flags. And a safety car. What for now? Cav is round. I mean, we haven't even had a lap racing, and he's lost a wing. No idea what's happened. Jack also struggling here. Well, Ferrari's done well to get into the points. Bless him. We're just going to have to wait another couple of laps, guys. Just whilst we catch the safety car and it can go back in. But Cav will need to pit in the meantime. So we've actually seen a few people pit here now to go to the end, which has dropped Nellboy down into 6th place. Cleppy's done the same in 11th. Looks like Bog might have done the same thing, but Bog goes on to softs. Oh, he might be banking on another safety car. And then we've got Jack, Hackett, Mikey, Wazza and Benny who stayed out because they pitted behind the last safety car. Maybe not the last one. But they're all on mediums. Are they going to make them to the end? I mean, they're probably going to need to, but whether they can or not is just a completely different question. So Benny will take over the lead of the race. And it will just be about whether he can make those tyres last all the way to the end. And we've got another 16 laps. About 14 by the time we get going. I think mediums will be able to make it. They might be screaming by the end. Hackett has actually dived in the pits. So one less car for the likes of Nellboy and Cleppy to get past. Surely we'll have the safety car in. We will. Benny will take over the lead. Let's watch it from Waz's point of view. And you can't go until the safety car has made it into the pits, which you're about going now. They keeping quite a steady pace. 5 second. Oh, collision with Nellboy. So Kleppy with a 5-second penalty. Benny's off. He's got a good start. 5-second gap. Mikey not completely alert there. Kleppy trying to throw it around the outside, and Nell, and has done. No, he hasn't done it. It's Bog was actually looking up the inside of him on those soft tyres. So Bog trying to put some pressure on Kleppy early on, and Nellboy is past Jack already. So good for him, but it looks like Kleppy's managed to chuck it down the inside of Jack here as well. Now we've got Bog under pressure from Evan behind. And maybe that's what Bog was thinking. Maybe he went on the soft tyres to help his teammate out here so that he's quick enough that he can hold on. Who's this? Another Ferrari. Mikey in a bit of bother. And if Bog can hold up Evan here, that's perfect for Nell. Nell's up into third. Kleppy is just behind him in fourth with a 5-second penalty. So that could become costly. Look at the grip that Bog has out of that corner. I'm going to jump on board with him because I think he's going to be on the back of Jack any moment. But Jack has also, and look at that, Nellboy just going through Wazza. We saw that. And Jack, is he going through? He's going through on Mikey. You can see the 3 just ahead. Look at that, 3 wide, and Kleppy does get through on Wazza as well. So Kleppy is keeping tabs with Nellboy, albeit with a 5-second penalty. And we've got Bog still in 7th. Evan behind him. That's what the Haas team are looking for. And yeah, good move from Bog to help his teammate. I think could also be banking on a late safety car. Again, Bog doing a great job. He's got Mikey just in front of him. He's done a switchback on Mikey and he's through. So Evans now got Mikey to battle to get through. Bog can now get on down the road and start having a look at Jack again. But great position for Bog. And here comes Evan then. Making a move on Mikey. They're side by side. Is Mikey going to leave him enough room? He is. Mikey will now pull out of that as he got the inside line. So Evan up into 7th. Mikey's gone back at him, but oh, he's tangled with him, and it looked like Zettervol was involved in that as well. So we were just coming around the corner, couldn't see exactly what happened with that. But that has put Evan... Oh, he hasn't got damage to his wing, has he? I don't think he has, but he's back behind little Mike, and he's actually dropped behind Zettervol. So this is not good for Evan. Just needs to keep his head here. He's quick enough. Quick enough to get back in this. Just wonder whether he's got too much downforce. Mikey, you would imagine it's going to be a sitting duck here. No DRS for anyone at the minute. Bit of slipstream. Mikey now picking up some speed because of the slipstream. Evan is trying to get through on Zettervol. Is he going to make a double overtake? And this is why he needs to keep ahead. But it looks like Brother Adam's trying to join in on this, but just backs out. Evan's keeping his nose in there on the inside of Zettervol, but I think they've got through. They have. And look at the gap in front now. 4 seconds to Bog. And Bog is all over the back of Jack. Is he going to have a look down the inside into turn 1? He is. Jack. Looks like Jack just sort of pulls out of that one. Oh, but he does the switch back, and Bog. Oh, Bog's turning back in, and Jack gets a tap there, and we've got another DNF. It's Cav on the first corner, and is it a full safety? It is a full safety car. Okay. So, look at Nellboy right up behind Benny already. And Benny's going to be on some seriously old soft tyres. So it depends. I wonder what they're going to do now. So we are getting a few people coming to the pits then. That's Bog coming in, along with Jack. And in fact, everyone but Zetavol's pitted, so they must be going back for some mediums, are they? What's Bog going to do? He's actually... Did he get double stacked there, Bog? I think whether he comes out in front of... Oh, what's going on for Bog? Oh, that's cost him a lot, unfortunately. He did get double stacked. Nelboy, though, has come out in a great position. Look at Kleppy. Oh, it's because he served his 5-second penalty. That's not the end of the world for him. Nelboy in third, just behind Benny, just where he wants to be. Oh, Wazza hitting the wall. Has he done damage? It looks like that wing's still intact. Was it? No, it would be the other side, won't it? It looks like it's still there. Can't see him through the sea of cars. Here he comes. No, the wing looks okay. I think he's got away with it. Ferrari drivers having a yo-yo race. He didn't actually pit under the safety car. Neither did brother Adam. And neither did Zetevol. And we've got Nelboy sat in third. Oh, and what's Wazza doing? Has he just given up? Letting the field through for some reason. He must have damage or something. Gonna have to go round at least once more. Don't think the safety car is going to come in now. Going round again with the safety car. Can't believe it. Why is it not just coming in? Oh, you're coming in, Mr. Safety Car. Police. Police. Hey, in we go. Zettervol warming up his tyres, so are the group behind. I think everyone is ready to get racing again. Wazza at the back of the pack. Zettervol at the front. Benny, Nelboy, Kleppy all looking for a way through. And we've got Evan up into 6th place. Bog lost a few positions there through the pit stops in the double stack. Zettervol currently weaving. Benny's waiting. Go! Zettervol, good starts. Nelboy. Kleppy. Actually got a good restart, Kleppy. He was a little bit sideways around this corner at the last restart, but it looks like Nelboy might have been the one this time. Anyway, off we go. Nelboy looks like he's on the charge already. Benny's going to make a move already into turn 3, I think this is. And this is the one where you've got to get your braking zone right, because there's that little dip as you get to the corner, but they've both navigated it well. Nelboy just waiting for his opportunity. No need to do anything silly. Late on the brakes there, but perfectly up behind Zettervol. Not too much movement further down the pack either. And here they come now. So Benny in the lead of the race. Nell needs to get this done quickly. Kleppy's looking like he's all over the back of Nell. So Nelboy defending the inside. Oh, and look at that. Zettervol gets wide. Nelboy's got nowhere to go. Zettervol's got to leave him some room. He has done. But Kleppy's going to try and come through the middle here. He pulls out sensibly. And now he's looking for a way through. Nelboy's going to be dragging him down the straight. Let's get on board with Kleppy. But Nelboy, look at him in a straight line. He's insane. Who's going to be late on the brakes? I think Nelboy's going to have to back out of that one. We've got Jack just tucking in behind up into 4th place. Good moves from him. And here we go. Nelboy trying to come back at Kleppy here. He's already got his ERS flashing. Did he burn the whole thing? That's a big mistake if he has. You can see the group behind Zettervol, Jack, Evan. I think even Joe's in there. Yeah, he is. Evan trying his best. Kleppy keeps his position to Nell. Nell has got the switch back as he... Not quite. Look how much quicker he is in a straight line. It's just insane. You see that Kleppy had to use all of his ERS by the look of it on the first lap. So Nelboy, just be patient. He's worn him down. Evan gets through on Zettervol a little bit further back. Benny's opening up a nice gap. The longer that Nelboy's here, the more that Benny will fancy this. Evan's actually picked up a 5-second corner cutting penalty. So that's helpful for Nell. He just needs the guys behind to stay close. And I'll tell you what, Nell wouldn't mind another safety car as long as he can get past Kleppy, which I think will happen now. But there's another 5-second penalty. Ooh, for gaining a place on the corner cut. Well, that's Evan in big trouble. We've got a McLaren, Zettervol out. You seems to have got back past, and look at the straight line difference, it's just insane. Bog's up to 7th, he's making some good places. So Nellboy's been released now, but Kalepi's getting a bit shoulder to shoulder there. I didn't know he was able to get that close to him, but got a bit bargy there. And that just opens up the gap a little bit more, and Kalepi's going to have the help of DRS this time. But let's just keep an eye on that gap in front. 2.3, now 2.1. Oh, he's gained nearly 4 tenths just in one corner. And I thought he was meant to be running no wings. Brilliant driver, Nell. And Wazza up into 11th. Zetterville in the pit. And that's down to 1.7 already. So this is... this might not take too long. Got 6 laps to do it. But taking chunks out of Benny every corner. Kalepi's now a second behind and won't get DRS actually. That's key for Nell. But I think Kalepi's quite strong around this part of the track. It's sitting at about a second. Don't think he's quite going to be in range where the activation zone is. Nope, he's pulling out more of a gap. So that is... Oh, he gets there. Is it enough for the detection zone? I'm not sure where the detection zone is. But that gap at the front, he did get it, look. He did get there just in time. But looks like everyone is starting to burn their ERS down. Nellboy is so quick in a straight line. We've got Bog up into 6th. Great work from him. And look at Kalepi right up behind Nell. But again, he's not yielding. But they have brought Benny back. They've reeled him in a little bit. And again, he just seems to pull out around that last corner. And then Nellboy comes back at him. Kalepi's almost pushing Nellboy here. And he's going to try and make a move down the inside. Nellboy tracks the outside. And again, Kalepi just getting a bit slippery in there. But they're still keeping hold of Benny here, but Nellboy could do without the fight. And remember, we've got Evan, I think, with a 10-second penalty. He's now up into 4th and might join this little battle here at some point if they keep fighting. Who will definitely have DRS this time. Will Nell have DRS? That's the question. And he is now within a second. So it looks like he's also going to get some help from DRS. So Benny could be a sitting duck here. And he's run a little bit wide. That's going to be curtains, I think, for Benny by the end of the straight. Is the DRS going to open? I think Nell's going to get him quite comfortably here. Although his ERS light is flashing. But he's going to get DRS regardless. And look how quickly he's closing that gap. But Kalepi is also doing the same. So Nellboy pulls out and he's round. Kalepi's going to try and go the opposite way and blindside Benny a little bit. But they're going to be side by side. And Benny's going to try and keep his nose in there. But Kalepi. So Benny loses 2 places. And oh, Benny nearly lost the car there. He kept it. Held it together nicely. So this is good for Nell, really. The further back that Benny and Evan finish, the better. Jack's managed to overtake Evan again. And he just needs to keep away from Kalepi now. Carrying so much more speed around these corners. But Kalepi seems to be really good in this middle stage. Seems to be quite quick through this little sector. Benny's already dropped a second back from Kalepi, so he won't have DRS. Just go on the soft, putting in the fastest lap of the race. And the 2 Ferraris in 10th and 11th. Not surprised with the way their race has gone. Bog is putting some pressure on Joe. Good to see him. Oh, Kalepi runs deep, and that's Nellboy surely running off into the distance now. Was he there at the activation zone of the DRS? No, he wasn't, because he ran wide. But I'll tell you who was. Benny Boy. Benny Boy, going to get the place back by the look of it. Chucks it down the inside, and we'll move through. And this will just give Nell a bit of breathing space. Might just be able to pull away a little bit here. Is Bog going to be able to do it? Nope, not close enough to Joe right now. But he's there or thereabouts. So Cleppy looking to come back at Benny, and we've seen him make a move down here already. He goes to the outside this time. So Cleppy around the outside. Again, finds it difficult to get traction around this corner. The RS light is flashing, but he has managed to make this one stick. So around the outside of turn 1 seems to be a really good place to make an overtake. Seems to get so much more grip on that outside. Cleppy jumps to the inside. Benny is going to go down the inside. We've got a virtual safety car, what for? And was Benny in front of Cleppy there before it came out? Looks like it might have been, and it was for Zetavol, I think. Unless he's just going slowly around there. Or is that, that's a Ferrari in the pits. Not going for a wing, but he's coming in for some new tyres. Gets a cheaper pit stop, but only got 3 laps to make it up. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Even Zetavil's got round him here, so we'll see if that was the right move. Little Mikey. He's got Jack. What happened to Jack? He was way further up the field. Didn't see him drop back. Bog was putting some pressure on Joe. These sector tyres might just sort themselves out once we get to full racing speed, because the gap was a lot closer at the time. Cleppy, look how close Cleppy is. He's just oh, and they're racing again, and Cleppy was alongside Benny. He's taking a bit of the curbing there to try and get round. That's a bit cheeky. I suppose you're allowed to. You're not technically in front of him. But Nailboy now sailing off into the distance, but he has picked. No way, that's not a drive-through, is it? Oh, Nell. Well, that's Nell then out of the race, because he's going to have to serve a drive-through. Oh, no. He's just destroyed his race. Oh, he's not even going to be able to get far enough ahead of anyone. Evan, we've got 10 seconds of pens. I wonder if he'll get that back. But Benny's on for the race win, but Cleppy is about to make a move on him, and there's a bit of a tap there. It was a closing wedge. Nailboy's just got to drive as fast as he can to the end and hope that the time penalty will keep him in some form of point scoring position. Oh, I don't think there was too much. I don't think he necessarily needed to be that close to the delta line either, because the guys behind were fighting. And is now coming into the pits. I think he should probably just carry on to the end and take the time penalty, I think. But 2 laps to go. Cleppy tries to chuck it down the inside this time, and he gets a better drive there. So he's just finding a bit more traction than Benny is around that corner. So I think to be fair, now look at this. Look at the overspeed. He must just have higher wings, Cleppy, because he is so strong. I mean, he looked like he was struggling for grip early on in the race, but maybe it's just a tyre thing. Looks like Boggs lost the back of Joe there. So this is really the only real challenge going on in the field at the moment. Maybe Brother Adam and Mikey at some point. Here comes Cleppy. You can just see when he steps out into the dirty air, or is he just trying to hold off for a minute? Just trying to bank a bit of ERS maybe for the last lap. Maybe some clever driving there. Maybe he wants it into the last lap. We'll let Benny stay in front. Oh, Melboy's been disqualified. Such a shame. He had a great race. Cleppy's happy with this. I think he will want the he will want to make a move down the line, but look who it's brought into play. Evan, but he's got a 10-second penalty. Cleppy won't be worried about Evan unless Evan thinks he can get them removed. That no one knows. Didn't see what happened. So, has Cleppy played a blinder here? Whoa, he's tapped Benny. Oh, that's not good. That could get a penalty. And Benny might end up winning this race based on penalties, depending on what happens with Evan. Evan's going to have a tack at him anyway, so I think Evan's going to come across the line in first here. Unless Cleppy can get him back on the line. Only one way to find out. Benny just needs to stick as close as he can. And potentially put a report in there. See if the stewards give him a chance to recover it. But Cleppy, look how much ERS he's got. He's not flashing. And Benny has managed to keep within that time period. I think Cleppy might get punished for that. They're about to come across the line, so Evan's going to win. Will come over the line in first. Cleppy technically winning the race, but might get reported for that issue at the last corner. So Benny in second, I think, might get the race win after Stewart's inquiry. Joey up into the podium places. We've got Bog in fourth. Brilliant race from him. Hackett in fifth. Evan, we've talked about. Brother Adam, seventh. Jack in eighth. Mikey on his way up to the line. One of the Ferraris having a bit of a mare, but finishing in eighth. And then Wazza on his way over the line. And I can't remember who that last driver was. It wasn't Zetterville, was it? I think he might have DNF'd. Ha! You know the game's broken when Mikey's getting driver of the day. Especially after that. Oh, wow. Bless him. Well, quite a controversial end to the race. Officially, Cleppy is currently in first. Benny in second. I think Benny will get the race win. Joe is in third currently again. Depend on whether Evan gets some of these penalties overturned. He had 10 seconds. If he can get that overturned, he'll get the race win back. We've then got Bog in fourth. We've got Hackett in fifth. Brother Adam in seventh. Little Mikey went up into eighth because of Jack's penalties. Jack in ninth. Wazza in 10th. It was Zetterville, the last finisher in the McLaren. We then have Cav, Connor, Penguin, and someone else. Nell, yeah, of course, disqualified because of a drive-through. Very, very unfortunate. He had a great race. He'll be very disappointed with that. And that just opens the door for the championship, probably between Benny and Evan now, because I don't think Nell can make the last race. So, yeah, all to play for next week between Benny and Evan. And this result is yet to be defined because Benny surely will get a penalty in on Cleppy there, but it could hand Evan the prize because he's got 10-second penalty. Might be able to get that given back. Let's see. We'll find out after the steward's decision. Anyway, great race. Unlucky to Nellboy there, but Cleppy over the line in first. Benny had a great race as well. Not really sure who else to congratulate. I mean, well done for Evan as well for actually winning the race. Great race from Bog. Well done from Joey to get in the podium too. And we'll be back next week for our season finale between Evan and Benny probably. See you there. It's at Silverstone, so tune in. Bye for now.